Hello, everyone, again. This is Nolan.
I'm Tabitha.
And here we are again with another Tabitha and Nolan Q&A session.
Before we get started with our questions, I want to just share just a little bit. During this time of quarantine, I know a lot of people go through emotional changes because they're not able to go out and do things that distract them from their emotional circumstances. So I wanted to share with you all just during this time, focus on some things like journal what you did throughout the day. And then at night, before you go to bed, go back and read your journal. One of the things I find in that, when I write down, because I had to do this time study for school. Okay. And in the time study, they wanted to know what I did with every 15 minutes of my day. And when I went back at the end of the week and I looked at what I did in that every 15-minute segment, I found that there were a lot of gaps in my time. And those gaps meant that I wasted time. There were things that I could have been doing that I wish I'd have did, or maybe deadlines I didn't meet, or whatever your situation is. Doing that journal or a time study to see where those gaps are, those things just kind of keep your wheels turning.
Wow. 24 hours every 15 minutes. I did some quick math. That's 96.
No, it was a work day. So it was 9 hours, 9 to 12 hours.
Okay, so 9 to 12 hours. Yeah. So 9 hours times 4, that's 36. Yeah. So 36 logs, notations, and you multiply that times 7, then you start to see, 5, you start to see real quickly how 180 documentations. Yep. You see how much time you are using wisely.
And not so much.
And not so much. So, not just busy work, but something for you to be aware of how you're managing your time. Because where you see gaps in that time frame, you have an opportunity to plug in your vision, plug in your dreams, and really make something positive happen.
Exactly. Let's go.
All right.
Okay. Here, you want to shuffle up these few questions?
I don't know why I feel
He's
as
a card shark.
I'm a card shark. I'm not even. Nah,
if you want a spades partner, I always pick numbers.
There you go. I'll get you on spades, but the rest of the stuff.
I think we're undefeated so far.
All right. Yes.
Okay, you spread it on good.
I got the peacock spread.
Okay. You want to go first this time?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Step right into the middle.
Oh boy.
Do you feel safe sexually with me? Do you feel safe sexually with me?
Well, that depends sometimes.
I'm not a threat. I'm not a threat at all.
I feel safe with you, dear.
I believe that because you would anyway.
You gonna say something?
No, we wouldn't be able to go out in the deep waters if you didn't feel safe.
Deep waters. Deep. He said deep waters.
Deep waters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How deep are you willing to go?
Yeah, right. You have to be careful with that.
Never mind. Let's come on back. We're going to be X-rated on this.
Oh, my God, right. Okay, what is something I do that makes you feel loved the most?
Something that she does that makes me feel loved the most. She does so much. There's no one thing that she does, whether it's making up the bed, fixing dinner, or calling me boss, or, the touch. All of those things really make me feel wonderful. A man, I've said it before, a man would rather be with a gorilla that makes him feel like a king than to be with a princess that makes him feel like nothing. I have the privilege of having a princess that makes me feel like a king. What you say? Yes,
you are a king.
Oh, that's my question.
It's your turn. Come on back.
How do you feel about supporting family members financially? What if one or more of your parents needed to be taken care of? Would they live with you?
Be careful, she in the other room.
She's over there.
But she don't need us to take care of her.
She's just here.
She's just here. But I think we both kind of stand on the same premise on that. At one point this year, your mom was here for a full week, and so we have both of them here.
Wait a
for
minute.
a full
What's that
week.
supposed to mean? A full week. We supposed to read into that? Is there something behind that?
No,
Okay,
it was that. It was only 1 week.
Did you see that little insert? She
She
inserted.
could have stayed as long as she wanted. I tried to get her to stay. She didn't want.
We
to
did
stay.
try to get her to stay,
Yeah.
but she did not want to stay. But yeah, I mean, we're
And the
open
house
to
is
that.
big enough.
Yeah,
She-
yes,
we
it's
just
wrong.
come up in our apartment of the house.
Go on with your question.
It's my turn.
Yes. You did read the last question.
Did
I
I?
read the last question?
I
You
don't
read
know.
it?
You did.
Yeah, I read the last question.
Oh boy, I don't know if I want to ask you this question.
Come on, ask.
But since I got to ask you, I'm gonna ask them too. And so this is
We're
us
sharing answer.
with you guys, and so I want you to ask this question. Whoever's watching this, ask this question of your mate, and if you want, share it in the comments or inbox us and share your answers. I think this one is a pretty good one. I want to hear from you. Okay, so this one says, "What is one place you would like us to have sex, but we have not yet?"
Outside. Outside. Outside.
Okay, explain. Outside where? Because we can go out on the patio.
No.
There's a whole forest back there and a
It's-
swamp
I
and
mean,
everything else. Alligators might come in.
Godzilla's back there. No, I ain't
So
talking
when
about
you
that.
say outside, what do you mean?
I don't know. It's the idea of being. I know this sounds weird, but you know,
It's okay. It's just us.
If we had like a resort where it would be just us, and it's just that moment to naturally connect
Okay.
in the environment
Maybe
of
like
nature.
on the patio or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Or you just want to roll out in the sand.
No.
Okay, because you know they
That's
got
dirty.
sand fleas.
That-
Some beaches
I'm
have
not even
sand
worried
fleas
about.
in
You know,
it.
I'm not
You
even
gotta be
worried
careful.
about sand is gonna hurt somebody. Somebody's gonna get hurt with this. That would be too much of a distraction.
Okay.
You know,
All right. So it's
sand
outside.
growing, sand going in places it ain't supposed to be going.
Nah, that could go really bad. But it's out. So your answer is outside.
Outside.
Okay.
How about you?
I want to be
Inside.
whithersoever thou goest.
Whatever.
I'm going.
That's baloney. She is not an outside person. So, you know,
Outdoors.
if I had an indoor pool, then, you know, maybe. But, you know, there's too much chlorine. Anyway. How would you like to start your ideal morning?
An ideal morning is, I mean, maybe, I don't know. An ideal morning, you know, I would say getting up in time to have breakfast and stuff, but we do. We get up early enough that, because he wakes up super, super early. And so, you know, you don't.
I'm a man of purpose. And so
Then I guess I'm not. I'm
must
hanging
just-
on to at the very last
no.
5 minutes.
Our purposes are different. So then I have to get started on purpose with my purpose.
Good.
I fixed that up, didn't I?
You did really good. Nolan, you are wonderful. I think we start our days out, you know, both of us in our own way.
But see, here's the deal. I can get up early, start doing what I need to do, and then by the time you get up, then we can start, you know, doing what we're going to do. So it's, you know, it works out. It works out. As long as we're together. We don't do good apart.
Yeah. No.
We don't do good apart.
That would be hard for me in the morning if I couldn't start it out with you.
Yeah, it would.
Like
Yeah,
that?
that would not be normal.
Okay.
Okay, ask a
Was it
question.
not, whose question was it? Mine?
That was
You asked that question?
did I ask that question? Yeah, I asked that question.
Ooh, boy, that just really took me out. Oh, we already know y'all know the answer to this question. If y'all been following us and listen, y'all already know the answer to this. I want to know if you all can answer this question for Nolan. How do you feel about saving money? How much do you think we should be saving every month? What are we saving for?
90% of the money should be saved.
Okay,
No,
so is that 90% after all the bills are met?
No! Period. Who needs to pay bills?
Right. So
No.
90% after the bills are paid.
No, I mean,
Realistically.
I'm an advocate for saving money.
For what? What we saving for?
Rainy day.
Okay.
We can save for vacation, things of that nature. But
Vacations.
more time since we've been in Florida, we've had to deal with last year a hurricane,
Right.
this year the coronavirus, and one of the things I'm finding out. You need to have some money saved or accessible
Right.
to help you deal with these emergent situations.
Right.
And if you don't, then
be in trouble.
You be in trouble. So, hooray for saving.
Gotcha.
Yes, thank you so very
I
much.
agree.
Yes. Do you trust me with your money and finances? No.
Yes, I do. Oh, you answering no for me. I trust you.
She trusts.
I trust him
It's
because
not
I
a
know
case
he's
that
not going to spend it.
It's not a case that she doesn't trust me. It's a case where, this is what goes in the pot together, and here's her pots over here, and here's my pot right here.
But what goes in the pot together is probably over 80%.
True,
I probably only take 20% and set it aside.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to start counting that. It's
Right.
less than that. I take less than 20% and set it aside.
Are you
for
bragging or
myself.
complaining?
Yeah.
Your
Here's
question.
my question. Let's move along. We might have to review those finances after we get offline. Do you have any regrets about things you couldn't accomplish by choosing to be committed to me?
That I couldn't accomplish by choosing being committed to you.
By choosing to be committed to me.
Do I have any regrets about things I couldn't accomplish? I mean, in all candor, I've gotten more accomplished since I've been with you. You knew that. I know. But I was trying to bust a grape, think of something. Now, what did I accomplish? But I've gotten more accomplished.
And vice versa. I have accomplished more in my life since I've been with you than before.
Yes, you have.
Now, a lot of those things was in the workings, but I did not accomplish them until you came.
It's that extra push.
Right, yeah.
Okay. What do you want the atmosphere in our home to feel like?
Ooh, just like that. Just like that. My daughter tells me often when she comes, because she comes not as often now as I'd like, but she comes, to the house, and whenever she comes, she says, "Your house is so peaceful." She said, "I always rest well in the house." The atmosphere of our house is very indicative of peace. It's a peaceful home. I don't have a raging mother. I don't have a raging husband, and I'm not a raging person.
The only
unless-
raging thing in the house is
leave
the dog.
him alone.
It's the dog.
Leave
And
him.
incidentally,
He can't defend
he's a
himself.
Yorkie, and his name is Thor.
But he
Who
has
do you
the
think
heart of a
named
pit
him
bull.
Thor? Who do you think
I
named?
did.
I thought I was the only Thor, and then I got to compete with this little 7-pound dog.
He has the heart of a pit bull, maybe a mastiff. Maybe a mastiff. He's got a big dog's heart, so he
No, he don't.
acts like that.
Because he does all that barking, and you can just turn your head in his direction. He's running.
So his bark,
Right.
his bark is worse than his bite.
He don't have a bite.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay, so this is our last question. And I'm going to share this question with you all too, because I don't want you to just talk about your physical relationships or physical attractions or where you want to have sex at outside of the home.
What do you want to have it inside?
Oh my God. Oh no. Mommy, lock your door.
I'm not going in there.
So ask to share this question with your mate and share your answers with us. What do you want our financial life to look like in 5 years, 10 years?
I really want financial independence so that we are not spending our time working for money, but money at that point is working for us. So that's where I want to be, where we are financially independent. We have streams of revenue that are coming in other than 2 jobs.
Right.
But we have, whether there are properties, investments, or whatever, we have those streams of revenue that are coming in.
Yeah, that's what I want to.
Is that right?
That's what I want.
You said that so very well. Nevertheless, we are so glad that you joined us again for another fun time of Nolan
And Tabitha.
Q A. You want to stay tuned because you know we're coming back and we're going to have more fun.
Yes, we will.
So until next time, you take care.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.